Beyond production of crops, rearing of livestock, and of course into processed foods, there are different institutions or agencies that are mandated to render different services. Now, for those of you who are interested in dealing or buying and selling agriculture input like fertilizers and seeds, do you know which institution to approach for certification? This week on Farming Today on the Ghanaian Farmer TV, we are going to delve into one of the agencies or institutions that falls under Ministry of Food and Agriculture. They is commonly referred to as PPRSD. Who are they? What do they do? How are they connected to the agriculture sector? My name is Anyonam, and this and many more interesting, insightful conversations are we going to be having today on Farming Today. I'm going for a quick breather. When I come back, Mr. Michael Afrani, he works with PPRSD. He will be enlightening us, both me and you, about what to know moving forward as we plan to venture or launch a career in agriculture sector. I'll be right back after this. Thanks for staying. If you just tune in, this is Farming Today on the Ghanaian Farmer TV. My name is Anyonam, and sitting next to me is Mr. Afrani. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Thanks for visiting us.
You're welcome.
Right, so one would ask, PPRSD, are you a secret service agency? Why don't people know about you?
Okay, thank you very much. I'll say good morning, good evening, or good afternoon to our viewers, wherever they're watching from. So PPRSD, as you rightly said, stands for Plant Protection and Regulatory Services Directorate. As the name connotes, we offer services to farmers. So we are a directorate of the Ministry of Food and Agriculture, one of the directorates. We have other directorates like Veterinary Services Directorate, Crop Services, etc. So basically what we do, we are the National Plant Protection Organization of Ghana. What we do is that we are able to render services, for example, in the seed sector. So we have a division under PPRSD called the Ghana Seed Inspection Division, and what they are responsible for is to ensure that they coordinate, they monitor, and they regulate the seed industry. So I can't just get up as a farmer or as anybody and say that, okay, I want to venture into seed business without proper regulation, because the rights and the interests of the Ghanaian farmers will be shortchanged. For example, I stand up and I start bagging something and I say this is seed, tomato seed, rice seed, maize seed, and someone based on that trust buys it from you or from me and then goes to the farm and plants maybe 10, 20, 40, 50 acres, and that seed doesn't germinate, or we call something trueness to type. We have different varieties on the market, and depending on your need, some are drought tolerant, some are able to withstand some pests or some disease. So every seed has specific reason why it was bred. So if I just bag anything and I sell to farmers and I say that, okay, this has these characteristics or these attributes, and the farmer doesn't get that value, he has lost his investment in farming. So we ensure that the rights of farmers are not violated. So we have a list of farmers or seed producers who are registered with us. We monitor their field regularly, where they source their seeds from. So the chain from from the breeder seed to the foundation to certified seed, which the farmer will use, we ensure that one is germinable, two, it is true to type based on the variety, and it has passed all our checks. So in that sector, that division takes care of the seed sector for Ghana Seed Inspection under PPRSD. We have another division called Plant Quarantine Division. People moving plant materials, food items. You see somebody coming from Elubo, from Nigeria. They are bringing trucks of rice, bringing tomato, onions. These commodities come with pests. The same way armyworm has become a problem for us in this country because of movement of plant materials. You go, some people say, I don't know that I'm supposed to do, and they bring in small quantities of seeds to plant. It becomes a problem for them in their corner, and due to the nature of some pests, which can migrate over long distances, they come into the country and it becomes a public problem for us in this country. So we have officers at the border, at the harbors, at the airport, who will check. So the right and proper thing to do is ideally to declare you are bringing things into the country, or you are taking things out of the country. Declare, this is what I have. then we inspect. If it contains pests, we tell you can't go out with this, or you can't come in with this. If it's clean, we issue a certificate for you, and then you go.
Okay.
So that's one of the things, the plant quarantine division, that's what it is. So basically safeguarding our body or the country from bio threats.
Okay.
Threats from pests, from disease, which will become a problem for us. Imagine our agricultural sector is attacked through pests and disease, which is one of the biggest issues apart from climate change. It becomes a big problem for our country. So that's another division. We have another division called the Pesticide and Fertilizer Regulatory Division on PPRSD. What they do is that before you can manufacture, you can blend, you can deal in fertilizer, you have to go through this division from start to finish. Where did you source your fertilizers from? There are the big companies like Chemical, Yara, etc., not to mention a few.
Yeah.
They go through all these checks. You say you are bringing in 15. Is it in the right quantities? Are the volumes okay? So we do all these checks for farmers so that when they buy the fertilizers, they have trust that I'm applying 15 on my farm, and that is what it is. So basically, the work there to ensure that people don't take advantage of the fertilizer industry and shortchange farmers. So that's what we do. So from production to marketing of fertilizer to post-registration surveillance to even dealers, retailers, even at the local market, our officers are there and we do monitoring.
Okay.
Yeah. The last division, the crop pest and disease management division.
Okay.
That's in charge. We do surveillance in that division. So basically, we are able to map out zones where pest is endemic. I mean, basically, we can say, okay, this area, when you go there, this kind of pest is not there. So when you farm or when you produce this crop in this area, you are good to go.
Okay.
And then we give advice. There was a time when pawpaw became a problem. There was a pest called papaya mealybug. It was a big problem for exporters for pawpaw in Ghana. About 15 years ago, people don't remember now.
Right.
PPRSD brought in, we call it biological control agents through the government program. And we're able to mass rear this biological agent in our lab and release them to all the farms where it was affected, and that was controlled. So they do surveillance monitoring to ensure that pest populations are brought to the barest minimum. So in short, if you ask me what is PPRSD, this is what I will tell you.
In which year was PPRSD established?
PPRSD was established in the year 1965 by an act of parliament,
right,
which was repealed by the new one we use. It's called the Plants and Fertilizer Act. It's called the Act 803. It was passed in the year 2010. So that repeals we call it the NRCD Decree 100, which we were using, which was not holistic. When we saw that issues of apart from issues of pests, issues of fertilizer came in, seed production came in, so we had to have a holistic act which covers issues broadly on agriculture. But these things are still evolving. So from time to time, there will be review of that act. Usually after 10 years, we review the act to see are there issues which are not captured in the act which we can build on. So this so far is where we are now.
Do you deal with individual farmers or cooperatives? How does it work? Can I just walk to you, your agency, and tell you that, Michael, I want to bring some plant from Kenya, so give me the necessary requirements to bring it up, or we have to come in groups? How does it work?
Oh, so individual farmers, individuals who are not even farmers, who want to do anything related to farm, you can walk into any of our offices. All the 16 regions of the country, we have regional offices, we have officers there.
Right.
In every region, there's a regional officer with the staff. Almost in every district, we have at least one officer in every district in this country.
You're sure?
Oh, yeah.
You saw on Facebook someone asking if you have an office in Kumasi.
Oh, yes.
Where in Kumasi can the person walk to?
So the regional office in Kumasi, I think is around the cocoa. I mean, I'll get it and I'll get the information. But at the Ministry of Food and Agriculture, we call the Regional Department of Agriculture now. The regional officer is there.
Okay.
When you go to Asuyeboa, where the Grains and Legumes Development Board, where their office is, we have a seed unit there in Kumasi. Okay. So every region. If you go to Tamale, the regional agric department, the PPRSD officer is there. Okay. Koforidua, every regional agric department, the regional officer is there.
Okay.
Yes.
So if I am walking to PPRSD,
yes,
to seek for permission to bring something into Ghana,
Yes.
being it a fertilizer or a seed or a plant or processed food, what should I come with? Do I just come in, hello, my name is Enyun, I'm from the Ghanaian farmer, I want to bring plants, give me permission, or I need to come with certain documents?
Okay, so we worked on quite a number of documents. We have guidelines for importing for whatever plant commodity, which will be published very, very soon.
Okay.
But in the meantime, once you have the intention to either import fertilizer, seeds, or whatever commodity, you need to write. The power of the law of the act is vested in the minister. So you write to the Minister of Food and Agriculture, and you attention the Director of Plant Protection, and you state your intention.
Okay.
So you are applying to manufacture or to be an importer of fertilizer. You state where you're getting your formulations from. We're supplying you. You bring in samples. We run the tests. You work with a researcher. You know, we do trials for 2 years at least to be sure that, and we also do the labs to be sure that what you are bringing in is right for the country, because we've done field studies to know exactly, based on our maps in this country, we know what fertilizers is needed. But you see, these things are involved. There are people who will say, okay, well, I need your straight fertilizers, and once what's it called, it's what that is the need, we'll do our test. Once it is what the farmer wants, we grant the permit. The minister in this case grants the permit for the client or the proponent to bring it into the country.
Okay, you said I should bring a letter.
A letter, yes.
The letter I'm bringing, is it on a normal plain A4 paper, or it has to be on a registered company's letterhead? Please be specific.
Okay, so we need to look at exactly what the person wants. If you want an import permit to bring in a commodity, a plant material, say for example, you have a friend in China, and who wants to work with you. Maybe you want to do some field trials.
Yes.
So any form of formal letter. But again, if you want to deal, say for example, you want to bring in fertilizers, and it means you are a company, a registered company in this country.
Yes.
So it means that before we can deal with you, you must be registered with the Registered General's Department. You have a company or you have an enterprise. So ideally, those documentation should be on
an
the
official letter.
Exactly.
Okay. Now let's talk about, I think you mentioned the animal division as well.
Yes.
In recent days or months or years, there has been a surge in imported goats from South Africa to Ghana and all that. If I'm importing animal, what is the procedure like?
I think the Veterinary Services Directorate will be the one in the best position to tell you what their processes are.
Right.
We could always go to that, but basically you need permit.
Okay.
Because we are bringing in an animal from another country. You need to know the health status of the animal, because when you bring it in, just like the way the African swine flu fever almost eradicated our pig industry in this country. Some of us were affected also by this. So it's important that whatever you are bringing in, be it plants, be it animals, the regulatory authority, in this case for PPRSD we do plants, for veterinary services you do animals, and etc.
Okay.
Fisheries Commission do fish.
Right.
So the relevant authorities need to be contacted for you to get the permit. Then they do assessment. Okay. So if you come to us and you're bringing in you want to bring in a material, we do assessment. The country you are bringing it in, that commodity or that crop, which pest is associated with that crop in that country, because we have a database and catalog of pests and diseases across the globe. So we know, okay, is it a risk to us? When it comes here, do we have something we are doing? Is that pest under official control? That's what the crop pest and disease management do. Is it under official control, meaning that, for example, fall armyworm became a problem. Now we've been able to carry out studies to know that when you apply this pesticide, this will work. For papaya mealybug, when you release bioagents, it will work. is it under official control? You must know that status before we grant you the permit.
Okay. Now you mentioned that if it's rice or plant or anything, I have to bring samples.
Yes.
Well, how do I bring the sample?
Fertilizer.
For fertilizer, I have to bring sample.
Yes.
Okay. What if it's about, let's say, plant? I've seen some animal feed.
Yes.
In Kenya or elsewhere, and I want to bring some few stems to come and plant. Do I come to you before I bring the plant, or how is it done, please?
Okay. So in the case in your case specifically,
yes,
you've traveled.
Yes.
You saw,
the stems.
The stem, exactly. It's important that where you are getting it from, they should link you to the regulator to certify, to get some, because most countries have national plant protection organizations. So when you find out, most of them are at the airports.
Okay.
They may not be as visible as we in Ghana, but when you go to other countries, I go to the US, we call it the Border Protection Agency. When you watch the DSCVs, you see them, when you talk about Australian borders and things, you see them wearing black like police. So some countries have, they put their plant quarantine power with the customs. So you see them with you see it's a custom officer, but it's a what's it called? It's a plant protection officer. So once you buy from that country, they should be able to certify for you. So when you are bringing in that document,
attached to the stems.
Exactly, which shows that the material is free.
Okay.
You bring it in, our guys access it at the port or at the border or at the airport, and then the material is clean. You can take a sample for further analysis, because visual inspection alone cannot 100% guarantee that the material is totally free. So after we take a sample, then we conditionally release the material to you and do a further analysis. If there's an issue, we recall you back, because of the details we have taken from you, tell you that this is problematic, we need to quarantine it.
Wait, the one you're going to take for further checks?
Just a sample, yes.
Yes. How long will it take to do that check?
Ideally, 14 days should be enough to do our test.
Okay, so in the meantime, the one you are releasing for me to bring home,
yes,
where should I keep it?
We advise that, so for, we've classified commodities or crops according to risk. We have crops which are high risk, maybe that's for another day. We have crops which are considered high risk commodities, some are low risk commodities. Low risk commodities don't attach or attract a lot of pests. And in most countries, they are managed, they are under official control. For armyworm now, although it's a problem in most countries, but when they come in, we have been trained to look out for some signs on the commodity. If it's there, it's there. If it's not there, it's not there. And we have very specialized guys we use to check if it's there or not. So with commodities which are low risk commodities, we will release it to you, and then we'll write we call it report on phyto certificate, that the material is free. Okay. But for the high risk commodities, even countries like the EU, like the UK and some countries in the EU, they'll first quarantine, before they release it to you, they do very extensive check before they release the commodities to you. Okay. Commodities like pepper, chili, rabaya, Asian fruits and vegetables which we produce in this country, which are considered high risk commodities, will have to go through further investigation before they are released to you. Okay.
So one would ask, whilst preparing my letter to visit your facility for permission to bring either a fertilizer or maybe a plant stem for me to plant, averagely, do you charge? And if you charge, how much are we looking at averagely?
Okay, so as the name connotes, plant protection and regulatory services, we offer services. And for agricultural commodities, it is considered as working in goodwill. So our charges are very minimal. For example, if you need an import permit to bring in a plant material, the cost is 26 cedis. If initially it was 13 cedis, it's 26 cedis. Okay. And before that, we do what we call the pest risk analysis, which I explained to you. We call it PRA. So 26 cedis for that document. But then when you get to the airport, either you're coming or going out, the document you are given for going or coming is 75 cedis. Right. So that's for the plant quarantine area. For the fertilizer side, depending on what you want to do, it's between 200 CDs. No, it's between 300 CDs and 3,000 CDs.
Right.
For importers of fertilizer, you need to register there. If you are bringing in 15, the cost is different because you need to do lab analysis. You need to do a lot of each things. So, and that's PEP. So, register the product, their company, for the proponent. So, between 200 and 3,000 CDs, we should be looking at something like that.
Okay.
But these fees and charges are fixed by the Ministry of Finance. We have, what's it called? A Fees and Charges Act. So it's not I can't get up and say it's 26 cities, so give me 100 cities, or give me 200 cities.
Right.
This is passed by Parliament. So I think every 5 or 10 years, it goes under review. Before it was 50 cities for the plan, for the phytosanitary document. Now it's 75 cities.
Right.
For the fertilizer, cost of registering the product, cost of registering the company. If you are a retailer or you are a distributor, those charges too are different. But the highest we look at, say, 3,000 per product. But once you're a distributor or retailer, you're not registering any product. You're just taking from importers. So with that, between 200 and 500 CDs, we can peg it at that.
Okay, now let's talk about.
And this is renewal. Is renewed every 2 years.
Every 2 years.
Yes.
Okay. I want to also know about those who buy Momoni, Kobe, Akosombo fish, take it to the UK and the US. Do you play any role in that one as well?
That is the work of veterinary services and Fisheries Commission.
Right.
Yeah. So when you go to the airport, they are there.
They are there.
We just by our office, side by side with us.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So the permission I will be taking.
Yes.
To now bring the stems or the fertilizer.
Food items.
Yes.
Agricultural commodities,
yes.
Basically, which are plant-based, semi-processed, raw, etc. Okay. Yam, rice, cowpea. List them. You have a list.
Okay, so if I want to do yam, please can you run us through some of the specifics? Yam,
rice, gari, wheat flour, kondo, all those commodities which can be infested by a pest. You see, I have a kondo. Before you know, there are insects in it. Over time, how did the insect come inside? It means that through interaction between there was an introduction somewhere. So think that way they say where you are processing way, nothing will come inside. But before you know it, the thing is infested. So that's why we need to be sure that whatever you are taking out. So like in the case of gari, you can get weevils in gari, kondo, etc. You can get weevils in them. Rice also you can get weevils in them. Yam, you can get beetles in yam. So we have specific crops which we really pay attention to. But in general, once you are taking a plant-based material out of a country or into the country, you need to present it to the phytosanitary inspector at all borders.
Right.
Tema, airports, all the land borders, for them to give you a phytosanitary certificate before you can bring it in or take it out. Right.
So the certificate is what I want to ask. Yeah. If I come for the certificate, how long can I keep it before I bring the thing, or does it have a timeline to expire? And if I delay, I have to come and do it all over again before the thing comes.
Okay, so I think you are again. Let's go back to the issue of the import permit.
Okay.
If you request for an import permit, it means you are expecting a material to come.
Exactly.
And you give us the date that material will come.
Exactly.
So if either you are coming with that material, or it's coming with a courier service. So once it lands at the port, either the airport or the harbor, the ICOM system will require that you present this document before you can clear.
Okay.
So once you present that document, we'll take it to our inspection. Then we will write a report on phyto for you. Then that ends it. So for that commodity, that's it. If you are presenting another commodity, either taking it out of the country or bringing it in, a new process needs to be begun again.
Oh, so I can use one import permit for multiple?
No.
Why?
It's specific because...
But it's the same line of stuff I'm bringing.
Yes. Like in the case of, you see, pest it's not static.
Okay.
It evolves.
Right.
Today, this is a plant. I cut a stem or
Yes.
a branch, I do multiplication somewhere else, there's no pest on it. Tomorrow the story may be different. Maybe from the same farm, but it may be infested the second day.
Okay.
You see, that's why each time you are bringing in a plant material, we need to see it
Okay.
before we can say, okay, you have clean bill of health, everything is fine. Just like say you are infected with malaria today, we treat it 14 days time, you can be beaten again by another mosquito that has the parasite. So that's how it is. So each time you bring in a material, one document cannot cover multiple commodities.
So I've heard farmers would query or fertilizer suppliers that is this one certified? They said yes, and then they will ask, how sure are we that the sample you brought to PPRSD, the quantum itself you brought meets the same quality? Do you guys once in a while, like FDA would do, run around and pick some product and see if this quality is still the same as they brought your outfit?
Exactly. So that's why I mentioned the fact that we have officers now. In the past where we had low staff, that used to be a challenge. But as I told you, every region we have a regional officer with his staff. Every district, a minimum of one officer. I was in Northern Region not too long, and every district had minimum 2 officers. So routinely every year we do our post-registration surveillance. What they brought into the country, we go around the country and take samples from every shop. Every year that activity, this year we've done it.
Okay.
That activity, happens. So we take samples, we send to labs in the country, and also we have a lab at our head office at Pokwase.
Right.
And we also send to a lab in the US to confirm what we have done.
Okay.
There are very complex issues when it comes to fertilizer release. There are times when genuinely there are mistakes. Maybe when what the client brought in doesn't match what he submitted. And when that happens, we prosecute. We've done that a number of times.
What are the penalties?
Oh, the penalties, it can be from 6 months to 2 years jail time, forfeiture of your license. You can never deal in fertilizer or the commodities anymore.
Wow.
But we're looking at more stiffer punishment. That is the minimum. When you go to other acts, the criminal act, they can slap you with other offenses like how do you call it? Intention to. There are a number of acts, because once you do that, it becomes a criminal offense, and the law can take its course in different forms. So if ours is minimum, say up to 2 years jail time, you can be in up to 10 years. In Kumasi, a lot of people were arrested like that and they were jailed. With the fertilizer, who were in the fertilizer business and also in the agro space. So we've prosecuted people in the past, and our aim is not to prosecute. Our aim is to ensure that people do the right thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about the organic fertilizers that are being produced here.
Yes.
Because I have seen a lot of them in the market, and everybody will tell you I'm using natural raw material, this and that. What are applicable to us as well? If I'm not importing, but I want to produce it right here in Ghana, what are the step-by-step process to go through? Okay,
I think every maybe the listeners should find time and download the Plant and Fertilizer Act. It's a PDF, it's online, and see exactly, this will summarize everything I've said. So as long as you want to go into whatever you call it, inorganic or organic fertilizer, as long as the intention is to serve clients, the farmers, you want to do business in commercial quantities, you need registration. You can't be on your own. So our outfit regulates that industry, fertilizer industry, organic, inorganic, biofertilizers, etc. So if you hear of someone in this corner mixing things together and saying I'm going to sell to people for money, you need to report the person to the nearest police station, because that is a crime. You can't do that. If you are doing it on your farm, I'm doing composting, I'm mixing whatever, that is that is for you. But I cannot do that and say, I'm selling this to you at a fee. I'm bagging it, I'm selling to farmers. That's deceiving people, because who tested it? You are the one saying that this contains 10% nitrogen, 15% potassium, but no institution has confirmed that. So,
but it's working for me.
It's working for you.
Yes,
but you can't sell
using
that.
it to produce.
But you can't sell it.
I can't even give to my neighbor farmer.
Well, we need to quantify what is called gift. If you give to your neighbor farmer and that bends his or a crop, it turns from you want to do goodwill to become, you may term it in another way. You may say you intentionally gave it to her or to him to destroy, maybe you were envious. Exactly. So as long as you are doing that in commercial quantities and the intention is to produce for sale, you need to be regulated. That's what the law is saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long does it take typically to go through the step-by-step process to certify an organic fertilizer?
Okay, so I said for the fertilizer business, because before you can guarantee
yes
that this product works, you need to do field evaluation.
All right. For how long?
For 2 years minimum, or for 2 cropping cycles.
Okay.
Because statistically, I can't just go 1 cropping season and say that, okay, yeah, it's good. You need to repeat it again.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, for my people in the research show, they know what I'm talking about. You need to repeat it again to be sure. That gives you the confidence that that product works.
Okay.
If you do 1 season, there can be confounding factors. Say, maybe the rain was good this year. Maybe the weather was favorable this year. But next year, something else can happen.
Okay.
If you repeat the same protocols over a number of times, ideally even 3 years or 3 seasons, you are confident that yes, that product works. Combined with the lab analysis we will do. And usually, the field evaluation is done across the country, especially if you claim that product can work. You know, there are places where some crops don't do well. Exactly. Yes. But if you are producing a fertilizer or a material for a specific crop, where that crop is produced, the test needs to be done there. Before you can sell, before you can give approval. I
know largely you work with the importers and all that, but how do you go about creating awareness about what you do so that even an ordinary farmer can question a dealer who might be selling something that he or she is not sure of? How do you go about awareness creation for farmers in general? Okay, so generally, at the district level, at the regional levels, we have farmer-based organizations. So we work through the farmer-based organizations to educate farmers, to create. So we do a lot of trainings every year. Hey. Yes. I've not seen some before. Maybe you may not know the officer is a plant protection officer. Right. Yes, but I can speak for myself and for all my colleagues that every year, even this year alone, we've been, me being Accra, we've been to almost some part of the country to do training for farmers. And this is something that is ongoing. And I mean, your platform too is also helping to also educate farmers, which is a very good thing. We also leverage on other opportunities, other platforms to ensure that our message is carried out for farmers to know exactly what we do. Because you can't have a good product and hide it, you know, in your bosom. So we'll thank you for these opportunities. Right. But then we also look for more platforms. So we have a PR department which is coming up very soon. Okay. We'll use that platform also to expand our message. Right. So what happens if I don't come to renew my license or my certificate? What happens? Okay, so what it means is that you cannot deal in that commodity. That's an offense also. Okay. So the reason why we have officers down there is to ensure that we monitor all the shops. Right. We monitor all the dealers. So once the season starts, or even before it starts, we go around. We have database of those who have registered and those who have not registered. And we use a lot of approach to ensure that, and you see, willingly they themselves, once we've educated them, once they know the worth of what they are doing, nobody wants harassment. Okay. Like you see DVLA every time they are on the street registering cars, even on the street. We do that. You go there with our officers, do renewal for you there, and then you can carry on. We ensure that you are still in good standing, meaning that before we gave you the license to maybe sell fertilizer or sell seeds, has the condition changed? Are there modifications that need to be put in place? Other things is checked, then we renew your license for you. Okay, which other agencies does PPRSD work with to ensure wholesome, complete work done? Okay, so we work with the Ghana Standards Authority, basically in the area of export. Before you send your material to to
Europe to Asia to America, they don't want pesticide residues. Ghana Standards Authority, their lab is accredited to be able to carry out this MRLs to ensure that they are within the range which the EU, America, which Asia wants. So once we work with them to ensure that you want to send this, bring your results, you take samples, if it's fine, before they can move their commodities out. Food and Drugs Authority is also a sister organization. They basically look at processed food. We also work with them to educate farmers. Environmental Protection EPA. We work with them in the aspects of pesticide monitoring. They have the power, the Act 490, to register pesticides. But we PPRSD, we do the post-registration surveillance. It means that as we check for fertilizer in the shop, we also check for pesticides, what you call the agrochemicals. So we check, are there fake chemicals in the system? Is their registration in good standing? So all these things are what we do. So EPA, Ghana Standards Authority, FDA, I can't mention all of them, etc. As long as they are in the agricultural space, we work with them. It's not it's not a one-man job.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are the challenges you face along or the work you do? Are there any challenges PPRSD face?
Yes, well, compliance, I would say. In as much as you want to do your work as it is, you'll find that some form of resistance. But through that, we overcome that through education and also interaction with the clients. They know that what we are doing is protecting them, also protecting the farmers. So find a few challenges with one or two people who are a bit new,
right?
But with time, with education and awareness creation, we are able to overcome such challenges.
Okay.
And with government support, we are good to go.
Right.
Yes.
How would you rate your work in the agriculture space? Because if you were ensured that pests and diseases are prevented and all that, farmers still complain heavily about pests and diseases. So how would you rate the work the PPRSD have done over the years?
Okay, so imagine a system where there's no knowledge. Nobody knows what to do. We are where we are today, and the successes we have, where a bit of suppression or control of pests. It will have been a completely, catastrophic situation. Just imagine saying that there are criminals, people rob people every day. What is the work of the police? Imagine there's no police, there's no military. You find the kind of chaos we find ourselves in today. So we are like a silent person who is sitting down, not sitting down, working with the background. I'm sure the issue of the papaya millibag I mentioned to you, it collapsed the whole bopper industry, which was a big market for our people,
right? Which
is now still. So farmers are enjoying that, but government is, through the ministry, through the plant protection, ensuring that these things are going on well and nobody is complaining. But imagine when armyworm came, we had to do a lot of education, we have to do a lot of deployment of chemicals for free. Armyworm chemicals till now in the regions is free.
Really?
Oh yes.
You actually give out
yes.
So every season a maize farmer can benefit
from. Yes, goes to the district agriculture office, we give free chemicals.
Farmers. Yeah. When I say that, look for the district agri offices and visit them.
Yeah.
Most of you give excuses, but you see, if you're a maize farmer and you are about to start your season, Mr. Franny is saying go to the district office and look for the PPRSD officer.
Yes.
And you'll be benefiting from. So if I have 5 acres, how many bottles we are going to do? I hope so you don't pour it tot.
No. That calculation. So basically, the PPRSD officer at the district level is under the director or the HOD, the head of department.
Right.
So we work with the head of department to ensure that these chemicals or pesticides are issued or given to farmers. How the ratio is done, I don't know. But basically, they look at your field,
right,
the size of your farm. Then, based on the size of your farm, then you are given the chemical.
Okay. Yeah. Have you ever, in line of work, seized quantum of products that has been brought but doesn't have the standard or meet all the necessary issues, and you have to destroy them? Have you ever done that?
Oh yes.
How often do you do that?
This year we've done 2.
Where do you destroy them?
Yeah,
because we don't see this cannabis thing. Then when you see it on TV all over, but we don't see it.
it's not everything that we have to come on, because we are not a political organization.
I'm not saying you are if we people are banning you put to let's see your own, so that would deter us and straighten us, so we do the right thing.
Yes.
So why don't you, are you guys selling we or cocaine? PPRSD, I don't get it.
So yeah, what you should know again, as I said, is that we are a government institution. So what we do is to ensure that to prevent the proliferation of pests and disease.
Right.
So when we find that a commodity is unwholesome,
yes,
or probably it's a fake material, in the presence of the exporter or the importer, that commodity is destroyed, and the importer or the exporter pays for the cost of destruction. So the landfill site, we do this work with Zoom Lion a lot of the time.
Okay.
So there's the destruction that was done, we did with customs recently. So it's not everything that we carry the camera and then say this is what we are doing.
You have to carry.
Oh no, for you, that's your work.
Please call me the next time you're going to do something.
Yes.
So I can come and capture it.
Yeah, so we do a lot of these things, and it's for the good of the country. Not shaming anybody, but ensuring that we ensure that the security, biological security, is maintained. So our work is not for the optics, basically to ensure that people get food on their table.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about those who also send food out of the country through DHL? These means of.
Yes.
Do I still have to come to you before I send it?
Even DHL,
or now I can do backdoor, give it to them, and
DHL will not even take your commodity if you don't have certification from PPRSD.
Really?
Yes. So you find every time they come into our offices to take. So even at the post office, we have offices at every post office now. Okay. So before you send, they ask you, what are you bringing? What's inside? Go to the plant protection office. They look at it. If it's good to go, then they issue certificate. It's not automatic that once you bring it, you have to send it. What I'm trying to say is that there are times when you don't even know your material is infested or infected. So you come and say, this can't go, this can go. Then based on the health status of the commodity, we issue the phytoset for you to go. So DHL will not even accept your commodity if you don't have the phytoset.
When I arrive at the airport, do I need to look for you, or you will find me?
We'll find you.
How?
Okay, so before the flight comes, we categorize the pass. We have manifest, right? So we know who is carrying what. Okay. So we do our profiling even before you land. So exactly who we will approach, and you don't forget that your bags pass through a certain scanner. Yes. So we are also there. Once we find that things of our interest are in it, we we invite the
owner of the luggage.
Exactly. And then we ask him or her to open for her to check if everything is. But you see, we shouldn't get to that level. You go to other countries, they say you declare. Right. If you don't declare, once they find that thing in your bag, you pay a fine of $300. You can even forfeit your camera if you're a visitor. You go to the US, you carry a plant material, and then you don't declare that you have a plant material. They fine you $300 there. And they also destroy the material if you don't have a plant passport, a phytosanitary certificate. So compulsorily, people going to that country, America, New Zealand, Australia, those countries, they come willingly. But the very clever ones who maybe want to dodge plant quarantine, want to sneak through. But then we find a way of balancing this, as we go. So yes, find us, but as a responsible citizen, you are sending a plant material, declare what you have. You are bringing it in, declare what you have. What we want to prevent is, armyworm was not in this country before. It has come to stay. All the money government is using to subsidize the chemicals can be used for something else. Every year, millions of Ghana cedis can be used for something else, just by declaration. So we save this country a lot of money if we tell the plant protection officer, the agri officer, this is what I'm bringing. Check it. If it's fine, if it's not fine, people bring small commodity, put it in their bag, want to sneak through, and they come and plant it. Somebody's I have this maize, it's doing well in Zambia, it's doing well in Kenya, I bring it, and then they plant. Then they start distributing that material. That becomes a problem for all of us. Because these seeds carry the eggs, usually, of the pest. Yes. And because they don't come with the bow control agents, suppressing them becomes a problem for us in this country. I mentioned some time back, which gave me problems on here like that. There are issues in other countries. We don't want those issues to become our issue. and becomes a threat to us.
Okay.
So we ensure that through these efforts, the government agencies mitigate this risk to ensure that at least our agriculture is not compromised.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we're about wrapping up our discussion. This has been very insightful, even though brief. But what would you tell that soon-to-be importer, exporter of the kind of things you do? What should we do? How do we find you?
Okay. So I would say that this is my camera, right?
Yes.
I would say that before you go into any venture, ask the right questions. If you want to be a fertilizer importer, not because of the fact that this man is an importer or is a distributor, he's making money. So also I want to go into that venture. Have the right knowledge. The institutions are the PPRSD is there to guide you, walk you through the step-by-step process on how to do whatever you want to do, as long as it falls within our scope. So you can find us. Our head office at Pokwasi, Myra Junction, all the 16 regions, the regional agric offices, the PPRS offices there. District offices too, when you contact them, you'll find a PPRS officer in the district. So I'll wrap up by saying farmers should seek for knowledge and they will never go wrong.
Indeed, seek for knowledge and you'll never go wrong. Take a critical look at his face. You might meet him at the airport because that's where he's always stationed. My name is Enyina. This has been Farming Today on the Ghanaian Farmer TV, and my guest, Mr. Michael Afrani from PPRSD. I'm sure there are more divisions, and through him, I'll bring them here one by one. Those who want to bring in animals, those who want to bring in whatever, they will all come to enlighten us, because there are a lot of institutions that if you find yourself in this agriculture space, you need to be aware of them, and perhaps if you want to work with them, you should know the process to go through to work with them, so that your dealings would be, safe for the purposes of your consumers, and of course you, the dealer yourself. Thank you very much for watching. Do me a favor, subscribe and share this video so that all farmers here in Ghana and abroad, and those who want to sell fertilizer and other things, seed, plant stems, everything, just make sure that you do the right thing for the safety of everybody here in Ghana, and especially agriculture industry. Thank you very much, sir.
Welcome.
For coming. We are grateful. Okay, bye-bye.